So it finally happened. The one thing that I've been trying to achieve in the past 3 or 4 years that I've been playing this game, or the year or two I've been playing division matches. I know it's something that most of you are trying to achieve right now, but are always getting themselves stuck. I'm not talking about that bicycle kick that you're seeing, but I'm talking about promotion to Division 1. In as much as most of us enjoy playing the online division matches, a bunch of us actually started playing these matches all because of the new short-term card rewards, and I'm no exemption. But that is part that I faced in trying to get in the top 1 million. It wasn't getting in the top 1 million, but actually getting in Division 1. Because most of the time, I always found myself stuck in Division 2, and I never, ever, even once got to Division 1. So luckily, I don't know if it's luck or what, I actually came across this event where this guy that you're seeing actually won this event after beating the legendary Juninho of Brazil. I'm sure most of you know this guy. And after seeing this event, I was actually inspired by the formation that he was using. I know most of us actually believe in the metal, the 4-2-2-2, the 4-3-1-2, whatever everyone is playing. But that guy actually set up his team in a 5-2-3 formation, or a 3-4-3 formation, whatever you may call it. But this was his setup. The idea is to have a very solid defensive setup, which will actually transition into a very deadly counter-attacking tactic. So the advantage is that whenever you're building up, you actually outnumber your opponent most of the times. And when you are going to transition from defense into attack, either you recover the ball or you're building up from the goalkeeper, from the defense into attack. Those wide players, which are the fullbacks or the wingbacks, actually play a very pivotal role into giving you a very good foundation to attack. And it will actually be advantageous if those fullbacks have the best crossing stats and also the best crossing skills, that is pinpoint crossing, edge crossing. So this will actually bring us to the striker or the forward players, because your main striker, you need a striker who is very good in the air, preferably a very tall striker, or someone who really has very good aerial attacking stats. Take advantage of those whipped crosses from the wingbacks. Either you can actually pair up 2 good aerial strikers being supported by 1 secondary striker, or you just use 1 very good aerial striker with 2 supporting secondary strikers. So the supporting strikers, it's recommended you use 2 whole players. But with the account that I got promoted with, I was using Ruud Gullit and prolific winger Hazard or Marco Olise sometimes in support of the striker. Recommended is to use the link-up play. That's if you have Fabio Capello, it is very useful most of the time. Sometimes I'll take Ruud Gullit, put him in the middle, and you have the goal poacher on the left-hand side to also support the attack. So this setup in the attack is very useful with the wingbacks running and overlapping on the wings. These guys running havoc in the middle, it will actually be very difficult for your opponent to defend. That's if you always vary the type of attacks that you use. Sometimes attack in the middle, sometimes look for a cross, sometimes pass the ball in the middle, sometimes just attack directly. It's very useful so that you are not very predictable. So basically, in the midfield, where most of the action is going on, because the midfielders have to support the attack, they also have to help out in defense. So the key man here is the anchor man, who actually drop deeper sometimes to help the defense. I was using Destroyer Vieira with a defensive instruction because this guy is very good. You actually operate in the manner that an anchorman will also do, though he's a little bit more aggressive. And paired with him is an orchestrator who will make our link up possible, which actually helps if the opponent is pressing very high. You can use the link up and take advantage of it. Though I'm actually sure that this setup can actually work also using an out-wide manager and using the link up, the aggressive centering link up. So of necessity, the only instructions that you need is to have your offensive fullbacks on attack instruction and your striker on counter target, so that you won't drop back to defend but to remain up front to join the attack as soon as the attack begins. So basically, this is the setup that I wanted to share with you today. I know we play differently and it's a bad thing to just copy tactics, but sometimes you have to copy something and you adopt it to the way you play. Do not force yourself to play in your way that this guy was playing, because maybe you may not be able to replicate that. But if you get a good tactic, if you get a good system that is working, trick it and adopt it to the way you play. For me, it wasn't a very difficult task because I always love a very good counter-attacking system. When I'm required to cross, I'll always do so. If it's a direct through ball, I'll always give that pass. And whenever I see space, I always look to attack that space. So that's my own play style. But I recommend that always play to your own strength. Always play to the way you are used and to the way you love playing the game. Otherwise, go there, work hard, play, rest, and everything will fall into place. Peace out.